hopefully you got some nice... Yes, Jim. Sorry, sir. Ross.
Last time you were here, your opponent pulled out the last moment. It's a bit frustrating. Now you're here to fight another big name. How do you feel about this fight?
I'm very confident about this fight. I've trained hard. You know, I've got a lot of things I'm going to bring out of my sack. And yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. You know, I'm here to win. And yeah, I'm gonna let my fight do the talking. You know, last time was frustrating, but this time I know he's gonna be here. I know it's gonna happen. And I'm excited every word. It's gonna be emotional. You know, emotional. That's the only way I can say.
I just done downstairs. I mean, unfortunately, Ben Eversing's had to go and pick up his niece, so he sends his apologies. But I just done the press pictures downstairs with Ross and Dean, and he I was saying, I wouldn't like to be Dean tomorrow. Ross was like, he was getting really fired up. He's going, I'm not with a fucking camera. And I was like, so it's going to be, trust me, that fight is going to be proper fireworks tomorrow. Any other questions for the guys? Yes, sir. You were first. Sorry.
Yeah, I've got a question for Michael. Is this sort of like a rebirth of your career after last time? Because you were obviously upset, but now you seem slightly, well not slightly, but very, like, just ready for it. Do you see this as a restart of your career again?
Yeah, I'm just going in there as another fight. I'm not going in there thinking I have to win, I have to do that. I always go in there, when everyone goes in there wanting to win, you know? But it's a fight, it's MMA. Anything happens in MMA. And if you saw my last fight, you saw how it ended and you saw how it began. And I got clipped, I got rocked, I dropped, and he took the belt off me, you know? I really, really want that rematch. That's what I'm heading for now. So I dropped down the ladders, a couple of steps. I'm coming back up. I'm a champ, so I will come back up. And I've done everything for this fight to come back up. I've trained with the best in the world. Not just like people say, yeah, I've trained with the best camp in the world. No, I've trained actually with the best in the world. You know, Hector, Tabao, Pitbull, everyone down ATT is one of the, like, even the amateurs, they're awesome. You know, they live for the sport. So I've been there, getting my ass kicked, come back feeling confident. Really looking up for this fight. I'm really, really looking up for this fight, and I know for a fact it's going to be a war tomorrow, and it's going to be a good show. So, and then whatever happens, happens. But I am very confident for this fight. So, hopefully everything go well.
Sorry, Mark. Ben.
Oh, my question was for Ben as well. And Ben, I can't wait for your fight. The same to both of you. So there's been a lot of mud being slung all over Facebook, the internet, everything. What sort of a fight are we going to see from both of you?
That question, Ben first.
Ben first.
Nice and loud, Ben.
Going to see a bit of old school Ben Smith. I mean, I think with Ian, you know, he's been living in Ian's world. He's got his own little bubble that he lives in. And tomorrow night, he's going to be brought back down to earth with a bang and realise that he's actually doing it in the real world.
Ian?
Ben's going to get knocked out in the first round.
He ain't got a bandana on.
What's that?
Any reasons why he's going to get knocked down the first round? Or?
Well, unless he's changed his game remarkably, he does the same thing in every fight. And he hasn't fought anyone, apart from when Ollie beat him easy, he hasn't fought anyone else for ages. I think it's...
I can respond to that a little bit. You say that I do the same in every fight. You do the same in every fight as well. You get the shit kicked out of you.
The difference is that I've never tapped like a bitch.
That must be why you're such an ugly bastard then.
Alright guys, listen, already excited.
I think that answers everything, to be honest. But Mark Ware to the Wizard. Great to see you back in action again, and I always fire this one at you, and I apologise. I'm not an ageist. But obviously, you've been doing this a very long
I know
time
you said that,
at a very high level, and you always, you always deliver the goods. But when does it run out? When?
Until I see myself starting to feel gassed and weak and slow, then I'll start thinking about hanging up my gloves and everything else. But like I said, everybody sees a step down on my cardio, speed, stamina, experience. So there's nothing to lose.
Do you know what I'd like? One thing I'd like to ask, if MMA press out here, I can't work out why Mark Wizard Weir isn't up the rankings higher. Why not? Why do they just keep putting him? He's been the best in the world. You've been around forever, and he's like 18. What's all that about? Any MMA press that can ask?
Don't look at rankings, rankings shit.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brad. That'll do me all right. Because I just can't. It's like they're racist mark against us. You know what I mean? It's me. I just think. Who else?
Dave, I've got a question for you. Why is Mark the Wizard Weir not in the Cage Rage or UCMMA Hall of Fame?
I ain't got one yet, but listen, I'm back in Cage Rage UK. Don't trust me. It's all coming back.
On that note,
Yes, sir.
Cage Rage, you got the name back then?
Listen, if you look at UCMMA, I've traded on the Cage Rage UK from day dot.
Okay.
It's always been my name. My family still call it Cage Rage. My little boy goes around Cage Rage. Everybody calls it Cage Rage. Dyson, we're going Cage Rage on Saturday. We're all Cage Rage here. We know where it comes from. They can kill the brand, but they can't kill us.
That's right.
Trust me, you know what I mean? Right,
Denniston, obviously you're going up against, marking MMA is a household name. Fastest knockout on UFC, he's fought on Pride. I followed his career from day one. Been in with some of the best names. How does that feel for you? It is, I suppose, a massive step up to actually be in there with the Wizard.
I don't know about a massive step up, but yeah, I do have a lot of respect for Mark. He's traded now on a name, a brand that he's built. But as far as I'm concerned, it's what you're doing now that counts. And at the moment, I'm in the best shape of my life, and I'm doing things. So it's just gonna be another fight. I'm looking to finish him as fast as he finished Eugene. I said, I've got to set myself high goals. So I would never sit here and say anything bad about him. I just have good respect for him, and I'm looking forward to fighting him.
I know you've not been saving these questions for these two big boys. Oh, good. Thank God someone's got a question for these boys. Yes, sir. No, don't bring out any more money.
Ollie, I'd just like to ask you, how's your chin?
I think it's good. We'll find out, I think. Yeah. 100%.
Is that it? How's your chin?
I've got a question.
Very.
Can I find out about the training camps for both guys?
You can ask them, I don't have to tell you.
No. Like where you've been training?
Ollie, where you been training, do you want to say?
I've been training at Huntington Beach for 5 weeks and at home for the first 3 or 4 weeks. Trained with some really good fighters, guys fighting at a high level than myself, which is the best training. I've trained more than I've trained before because I had nothing else to do, which is the main reason for going away for me. No distractions. I've managed to fight with guys as similar as possible to in frame and style to what I'm facing tomorrow. And it's a big test, so I make sure I test myself for 10 weeks before the fight, so I'm prepared as I can be. And that's how I feel, so yeah.
Mark? What? How's your training been? Can't be down the pub.
No, I've been working on inner peace. I watched Kung Fu Panda 2 last week. No, everything's gone really well. I've trained extremely hard. Tweaked a few things. Obviously, Freeman's been down doing stuff with me. The training camp has usually been good down at Titans, down at KO Gym. Everything's gone really well, and I can't wait getting them get my hands with Ollie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, question of Ollie, what's your prediction?
You know what, I don't predict times and styles of how it's going to finish, I just train my hardest so that if need be, I can grind my opponent out for 15 minutes, but I always want to finish the fight as early as possible, so I want to get out and get home, But yeah, I can't really give you a direct prediction, but I'm going to be in the fight tomorrow night, and we're going to find out who's the better man tomorrow, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Mark, did you see you see a title shot coming in your career so quickly, can you make favour there at all?
Everyone keeps on about you've been chucked in at a deep end. Well, what does the shark do? What does the shark swim? Everyone keeps on about I've been fighting my whole life since I was 13 years old, and before that I done karate before that. So fuck me, I can't. So I swore.
That's all right.
I'm allowed to fucking swear, right?
Yeah, this is press conference. You can crack right on here, mate. It's all right.
No, I've been fighting my whole life. So listen, this at the end of the day, this is another fight. I don't feel any more pressure than what I felt in the past. It's time for me to nut up or shut up, isn't it? So let's do it.
Yes, Alan.
Yeah, question for Ollie. I'm Mark Tottenham's manager, Ollie, and I'd just like to wish you a good fight tomorrow. And obviously I want my man to win, but we'd like to wish you a good
That's
fight.
what I talk about team spirit, people.
Sorry if this sounds a bit simplistic. People are saying that I was a striker against a grappler. So I just want to talk about, when I ask you, Mark, how your wrestling is, and when you get taken down in the gym, how good are you at getting back to your feet?
I think I'm very, I'm not a coincident person. I've been training since I decided going to MMA. I've been doing this for now 13 months. What do you think I've been doing? I've been doing it in pads. No, not at all. Boxing's been part of my life, so boxing's always going to be my greatest asset. At the end of the day, if I can connect with someone, they're going to go down. So all I've done is worked on the other aspects of MMA. So every angle's covered.
I think you've got to remember, 23 years of boxing, a lot of guys could never make that up in MMA for that short space of time. Even though Ollie's been doing it 2 years, what was he doing before that? So that's what he kind of questions answered. He's been doing it all his life. He's had, is it 5 fights now? Five fights. Jimmy Manor was a champion in 4 fights. So you can race to the top like a VIP extra part if the guys out there to fight you. And the heavyweight division is open. So and as you say, who does he fight after? Who does Ollie fight after? He's one of them. There's not that many guys out there. It's different for the welterweights and the middleweights. There's loads of guys, but when you get in the light heavyweights and the heavyweights, I must admit the heavyweights on this camp seem quite stacked. So I am interested. Yes, sir.
For the 2 heavyweights, do you have to cut weight for your fights, or you just walk around at your normal body weight?
Well, I've pretty much been hovering around the same weight since I was 19 years old. I'm probably about 6 or 7 pounds heavier than I've been for the last about 2-3 years. So my weight's been spot on. So it just matters to me, as long as I'm fit and healthy, then the weight doesn't matter.
Ollie?
Yeah, same story really. There's no upper limit here. This is my natural weight. I don't really look at what I weigh until I get here on the day of the weigh-in. I sort of always around the same sort of mark. That's not something I pay attention to.
Thank you.
Ben?
Have you actually changed your body since you've gone into MMA?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a lot lighter now than I was then. Obviously, I was about 145 kilos at one point. Wouldn't be much use in the occasion now, believe me. So the weight I'm at now is a more realistic weight to fight and have decent conditioning and power and a good mixture.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Jack from Dick there, mate. Mark, predominantly sort of been matched up with strikers. Has it really changed how you set yourself up this fight with Ollie, who's pretty much known as a wrestler, or is it just business as usual?
No, business as usual. I'll fight my fight. I'm not worried about Ollie's fight. I dare say he's not worried about my fight. He's got his own game plan. I've got my own game plan. See if one comes out better. But no, it's just horses and courses, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I can only beat whoever in front of them. Whoever has to stick in front of me.
Quick question for Ben. Obviously, you're probably got quite an eye on this fight, trying to climb back up. Obviously, Ollie took your title. You've come back out twice since then. And what are your sort of thoughts on? You've got a preference who you want to win? Is it you want to get in there back with Ollie or?
Yeah, I mean, I've said day dot, I was disappointed after when Ollie took the title and I asked him for a rematch straight away and he agreed. I was very disappointed that didn't happen, which I think was publicly known, because obviously I've vented a little bit about it. I mean, what I have said, and I don't know how Ollie feels about it, I mean, I'm confident I'm going to smash Ian tomorrow night. And I'd like to just apologise in advance for what I'm going to do to you tomorrow. But apart from that, win, lose or draw against Mark, but again, obviously, Mark's my pal, I'll train with him, obviously I want him to win. He deserves to win, he's put in so much work, he's in the best shape of his life. and obviously win, lose or draw with Ollie, I would like to throw it down and say, you know, I'd like to have the rematch in September.
I like it, so they're matching their own fights up. It doesn't matter, they just match their own fights up willy-nilly, innit? Unbelievable.
Is that to me, is it?
It's you, mate,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
just win, lose or draw. Because to me, I think the fight we had was good. I think everyone enjoyed it. It was a good match-up. You know, and I think that, you know, whatever happens tomorrow with you and Mark, win, lose or draw, you know, I'd like to have the opportunity to face you again, as we agreed.
Well, I'll say it like this. Hopefully, Ben, I respect the, you know, we did speak about it, and I was open to it. It was on the time we spoke about it, and I'm open to it in the future for certain. Obviously, we have to deal with our own fights this weekend. We've got to do our thing. We've got to make it an appropriate fight to have. Obviously, depending on how things turn out tomorrow night. So we'll do our thing tomorrow night. And moving on from there, it's something we can talk about. And if it's the appropriate thing to do, we'll do it. I'm open to it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Ben, you've been pretty vocal in your opinion that Ian's a step down. Is that honestly what you believe, or do you think dominating Ian puts you back where you were at the top, or does it keep you sort of in this?
No.
Is this more of a fight that you're just having to prove a point, or is it progress you in your?
No, it's not. It's not a fight to prove any point at all. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a little bit. There's a few personal issues in this fight because of some of the things that he's been saying. You know, we've had various little communications over the internet about it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. When you say, do I think it's a step down? I mean, I think I've fought a lot better people than him. But you know, I'm not stupid. What makes me laugh a little bit about it is that, you know, he's constantly going on about how he's going to beat me easy and do this and do that. Yet at the same time, he's talking about how he's trained harder than ever. You know, he's taking this fight seriously when he's never taken any other fight seriously. So I'm thinking, well, that's a bit of a contradiction, isn't it? You know, if you're saying I'm easy and I'm shit and I'm this and I'm that, yet you're training the hardest ever to try and beat me, don't really make sense, does it?
Can I just bring up one point? I've never said you were shit. I don't think you should at all. I think you're a very good wrestler. And I've never, you know, factually, I've never said you're a shit fighter. But I think you are one-dimensional. And I have trained harder. I've never said I've not been interested in other fights or whatever. The only thing I've done different this time is because every time my cardio lets me down, because I'm a fat bastard. So when I fought the doctor last time, for the first time, everybody says to me when I train, Ian, you let yourself down, you don't train, you let yourself down, you need to be fit. When I fought the doctor, I would have beaten the doctor if I was fit. It's a fact. So therefore, all I've done different is I've done my cardio, and that's it. Hopefully that's enough to pay off. I don't think you can finish me. I think the only way you can beat me is if my cardio is still not good enough and you beat me over 15 minutes, which you might do. But I think I'm going to knock you out.
Just one point though, when you say you think I'm one-dimensional, what does that make you?
So,
because last time I saw you on your back, it was like an upturned turtle.
No, exactly the same. It's a fair point. Exactly the same. This is a lower down version of the main event. Ollie's a better wrestler than you, Mark's a better striker than me. And so it's just, you know, it's
but you two got more specs on.
It's a warm-up. It's a warm-up.
A bit more of a height difference for me and you, though. Did you bring them steps, by the way?
Yes, no, I'm going to bring out a chair for you.
Oh, okay.
My question is to cash flow.
Cash flow.
Listen, where'd that come from?
Cash flow. I'll buy that. As in, I know I'm a training partner of yours, but to be honest, when I watch you fight, I'm really excited to see you fight every time. You remind me of like UK John Jones. You're very athletic and stuff. But what are we going to see? How do you feel your progression in the sport has become since that?
Well, like Mikey said earlier, the kind of people that we're training with, it's just tremendous, you know, and it just gives you the confidence when you come back here and train with the boys back home, even though they're great sparring partners and that as well, you can start to implement the game. And the kind of learning that we do over there, we don't get enough time out there to implement on the fighters over there because they're so good. Then when you come back here, slowly but surely you start to implement it. So the longer I keep fighting for, the better you're going to see me get.
I've got a question. Trevor, as I spoke to Trevor, I didn't realise you've done boxing, Trevor, is that right? Boxing, Muay Thai, MMA, you fought heavyweight, light heavyweight, it doesn't matter to you, yeah?
Yeah, and anything, the fight is a fight, is like a day, you know what I mean? Bunch of fights, so he's an athlete.
I've got a question for Socko.
That's good.
You're training, who trains you, your boxing teacher, Danny Rued?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's going to come and rub off in the ring?
Well, I've done everything, so hopefully, yeah, it might do. I mean, I've done groundwork for Jeff Lawson, Jim Owen, and stuff like that, so, I mean, I'm basically an all-around fighter. And an athlete is also bring it any sport, even basketball, whatever, it's all good. Always ready.
And no basketball, it's tomorrow, is it? Cash flow says no basketball.
Question for Ross. Basically, Ross, you're another fighter that's been around for a long time, been in there with some great fighters, fought at loads of different weights as well, heavyweight, light heavy, and so on and so forth. How do you think this fight, and being again another high-ranked fighter, how do you think this lines you up, and maybe it's even a question for Dave as well, how does this line you up for a title shot, depending if you get the W tomorrow? Because you've been,
Well, for one start, I'm definitely going to win.
Okay.
For another start, I'm definitely got a title shot.
Okay.
So, it's in the fight.
Okay, it's
That's
official.
what I'm going to say, man.
That's official then, Dave, right?
Nothing's different in this world, let's hope John does it.
Styles, who do you think is a hard opponent?
Maguire is more technical, he's got more heart, and he's a good fighter, but I believe I've got better skills than him. I've got more heart than him, and I'm coming for his belt. I'm just going to train hard, you know what I'm saying? What happens will happen. Tomorrow night, it's going to be emotional. That's all I can say.
As he's not here though, are you looking to stand up more with him? Or are you going to try and play like this?
Well, I'll be totally honest with you, I've got every angle covered. I've been working on everything. Do you know what I mean? I'm prepared. I've got a good camp behind me. Solid team, aka, some of the best fighters in the world. I've been working hard, trust me, for the last 3 months I've been working hard. Tomorrow.
As long as I've seen him as quite an all-round fighter, but not particularly amazing at anything. But where do you see his weaknesses are that he was exposed?
He's got lots of weaknesses, I've got respect for the guy, the guy gets in there. Anybody who puts a foot in that cage, I've got respect for, But at the end of the day, I've been here from the beginning, and he's still winning, I'm still winning and evolving, but I believe I'm stronger and I'm better. I've got more skill, and tomorrow I'm going to win.
It's a lot of confidence.
I remember you fought at a higher weight before now, and obviously now you're more.
Yeah, I'm far. This weight category suits me.
Yeah, I mean, you look much better.
I'm a lot sharper. My cardio, everything, my diet, everything, I'm just. This is my job. This is what I do. I ain't going to go sit in an office now or go and, you know what I mean, get another job. This is what I do. This is how I pay my bills, and tomorrow people are going to see, do you know what I mean, what I've been doing, and I'm looking forward to showing a few things off, so yeah, it's exciting.
Okay, I'd like to probably wrap it up there. I do apologise. Alex Reid was supposed to be down here today as well, sitting there. He was going to talk about fighting, etc., etc. I do apologise about that. Any other questions before we wrap it up?
Does he have a photo shoot instead?
Well, I've got a question. I've got a question for Jason.
Sorry?
Well, after your win, so who's going next?
What win?
I'm concentrating about tomorrow, and we see how it goes in. Whoever.
No names in the pipeline.
Nah, I don't worry about names. Whoever.
I've got a question for Jason.
Hang on, there's a guy there.
A question for you, Dave.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, go on then.
David, it's an incredible statistic, this. But since UCMMA started, since number 1, you've had 83.6% all fights finished. That's an unbelievable statistic. Do you think this will continue tomorrow?
Sorry?
Do you think this will continue on tomorrow?
Do you know what? I look at the card, and I always put the times on the card. I look at it. Some of the fights are so evenly matched, but you know that it can finish. This fight is so evenly matched, but you know that any one of them can finish the fight like that. Same as Mark Weir, Dennis. Every one of them fights can finish like that. And I always hope it does. I want to put the judges out of business. That's my. I don't like watching a 3-round fight going. That was really good. Apart from, I must admit, Brad Pitt is sitting there. I do like his fights. They normally go to distance, but they're exciting. At the end of the day, if a fight is exciting, I'll watch it 3 rounds. But a lot of the time, they're so they're so close that you're not getting a great fight. A lot of times you watch the UFC, watch it and you go, oh, another decision, where the fights are just matched exactly right. What you want is that going on all the time. It's a great fight. If you looked at Mikey and Tim Radcliffe, that last fight, that was a fight. You know, I don't care, win, lose or draw, that was a fight. And when you see fights like that, you can't help but, if that went 3 rounds, great. But sometimes they don't. I try and match fights as I see would be exciting for me to watch. Exactly the same as Ross and Dean. That's again, I couldn't put money on that. I can't put money on half of these fights. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to raise it to 99% finishing the first or
It's an
second.
incredible achievement.
Thank you very much, sir. Cheers. I'll clap this up for that. Yes, sir.
I've been trying to phone Jason to get an interview out of him. What is going on with you and Alex Reid? I've seen it all on the internet. Now I'm trying to get you on camera for it.
Do you know what it is? Basically, me and Alex had a conversation, to cut a long story short, me and Alex had a conversation, Alex agreed to fight me at his weight. So, you know, everyone, I'll fight at welter at 77, I'm retired, but I'll come out. A, it's a good payday, and B, I feel that Alex is worn. I think Alex is worn. I think after the last fight he had with Tom, I think that took a lot out of him, and I think his lifestyle as well, now it's got to a point where I don't think his heart's in fighting anymore. He's got a bit of dough around him. You know, a lot of us are still hungry. Like Ross said, we're trying to pay our bills and all the rest of it. So I've called him out. He agreed to it, and then he started.
LJ didn't agree to it.
Well,
you forced it on him. You know?
I didn't force it on him. I put it on him, and you know, he basically was like, yeah, he'll have it. And
he just wanted it away from him. You're like, you fight me. You fight me. Yeah, I'll fight him.
And now he's kind of like, he's backpedaled, and then he said, yeah, we'll have it, then we won't. I thought he was coming down here to sign the contract today, to be honest. So it looks like, again, I'm going to have to pull him out again from the rock that he's hiding under.
I might have a phone call in a minute. I know where he is training.
I have one question, Dave.
Yes. Just
clear my mind. See the picture over there, you have a K1 super title fight, and then you have a K1 title fight. What's the difference?
That's Tom Watson. Yeah. Tom Watson is 84 kilos.
Yeah.
Luke Sainz is a welterweight fighter. They're going to meet in the middle. It's kind of super fight. There's no belt. There's no belt on the line. To me, it's a bit super duper.
Okay, so it's not like he's not
basically, I can do what the fuck I want anyway, so I do. I'm going to call this a super fucking duper fight, and that's what I do.
I was going to say, yeah, I want you to be for this catchphrase, but then I thought it's the winner of the belt. Can you fight anyone? Could Potter fight them? You know, is it that sort of way? Is it do like a super weight?
Do you know what? It's really hard. When fights come together like that, it's like you, Brad. If you all of a sudden you've got a dip from a UFC contract, you went, David, I could do one fight over here. I ain't going to call you, it's just another card Brad Pickett fight. You know, to me, it's just like what the UFC used to... Remember back, we've been to the UFC right from '93. They used to have super title fights, they used to have super... They could do what they want. And the same thing, at a certain stage, you can do what you want, as long as you're not bending the rules massively. And if you was over here, if you were fighting a K1, what would it be? A muggy fight? No, it would be a super motherfucking title fight, Brad. Of course it would be, wouldn't it be? Of course it would be. Tom Watts at the moment is highly ranked in the MMA. He's going to come...
Also, he's got the same injury as me. So
yeah, I know, but yeah, but Luke thinks he can take us as one of them. And the other fight on there is Jamie Earn and the Doctor. Jamie's just obviously a bit gone in the head, you know what I mean? But he always does it. So, any more questions, or we're going to push these chairs back and get the face-ups up? No, good. Right, push the chairs back, give the fighters a round of applause.